Hello and welcome to Just Hoops. In this video, we have our player of the week for this week, PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker impacted the game in a winning fashion this week for the Miami Heat in 2 wins against top 5 Eastern Conference opponents in the Milwaukee Bucks and Chicago Bulls. In this video, we're going to dive into what PJ Tucker does at a high level that makes him such a winning player, starting at the offensive end, and we're going to talk about his scoring first. When it comes to scoring the ball in PJ Tucker's game, it means he's shooting the ball at a high clip. He averaged 9 points per game this past week, shooting 45% from deep. His ability to knock down corner threes and pick and pop threes at a high clip like this was huge in these wins. Along with that, he showed an ability to create a shot in short roll situations and in post-up situations. He was able to get it close to the paint in the mid-range and make plays with nice push shots, hook shots, and floaters. If he can do this at a consistent rate and get more confident within the Heat system, once Bam and Jimmy return, he'll be even more effective as a player at this end of the floor. So now let's dive into his playmaking ability that was seen throughout this week. As a playmaker, he averaged 5.7 assists this past week, racking up 5, 8, and 4 assists in the 3 respective games. He showed a great ability to make plays off the bounce in the paint. He was the main guy in elbow actions, filling in for the hurt Bam Adebayo. He'd catch it on the elbow, be patient with it, wait for the offense to develop, watch for cutters. He was able to hit cutters and back cuts at a really high rate. Along with that, he's very smart. His high IQ allows him to understand when to move the ball, when the next pass is available, when to just make the smart plays. And another thing that he does at an incredibly good level is handoffs. He's really good at handing it off, making contact with the defense, and opening up more space for shooters and playmakers such as Kyle Lowry to come off and make plays and knock down open shots in space. His ability to playmake was crucial this week for the Heat. Without their main usage guys in Jimmy and Bam, he went out there and made plays, whether he was creating off the bounce or whether he was in post-ups or elbows like we talked about. He just made smart plays with the ball in his hands that helped the Heat win big games. So next, let's dive into the meat and potatoes and his high impact on the defensive end of the floor. So as a defender, we already made a video about how he impacts the game at this end and what he did against Kevin Durant, what he did this week against Giannis Antetokounmpo, what he does against high-level offensive talents on a nightly basis. Can't go without notice. He's physical, he's aggressive, he's very fundamentally sound. He's in his stance, his hands are active, his feet are active, he's sliding, he's staying in front, using his chest, using his body to demand the offense not to get what they want and force them into tough things. On the defensive end, from a stat standpoint, he averaged 1.7 steals a game, showing his activity in the gap, on the ball. Along with that, he averaged 7 rebounds per game, which we'll get into further, but overall, on the defensive end, he took every challenge his way, whether that meant Giannis Antetokounmpo, whether that meant Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, Dylan Brooks, or Zach LaVine. He took all these challenges head on and impacted the game on a one-on-one basis and as a team defender, being active in the gap, being a big-time help defender, shooting, stabbing toward the ball, just always being in plays made him such a high-impact player this week and for the season so far. And for somebody that loves defense, just to sit down and watch PJ Tucker work at this end of the floor is always fun to see. So now let's dive into what he did on the glass more. So as a rebounder, as we said, he averaged 7 rebounds per game this week. But one thing that I really enjoyed seeing from him was his physicality. He wasn't afraid to block out. He was getting in there, getting physical with the big boys, whether that meant Bobby Portis, Steven Adams, Vucevic. He was bodying up, he was blocking out, he was pursuing the ball with great energy, 2 hands, and he brought this energy to the offensive board also, tipping out misses to the offense or corralling them in, getting a second chance point, or finding open shooters off of offensive rebounds. He did a great job at both ends of the floor, impacting on the glass. So in summary, PJ Tucker had a great week for the Miami Heat in 2 marquee wins and 1 tough loss to a hot Memphis team. But overall, he's been doing what he's been doing for his whole career, shooting at a high clip, defending his heart out, and impacting the game in every little way possible that adds up to wins. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. learned what it takes to be a winner at the highest levels. And for more content, please like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you guys in the next one.